Okay, so today we start with the fourth unit. Okay, so fourth unit is all about planning. Basically, to understand the concept and importance of planning and the role of planning in intelligent systems, applications, as well as its usage of planning in AI. Okay, so that's what our fourth unit is all about. Okay, so uh, to understand the initial topics, that is planning problems, simple planning agent, planning languages, a good example is being given in the next topic. You can see here the block world problem. Okay, so I will straight away take up the problem, explain uh, all these concepts marked in red using the block world problem, and then come back to the few theory aspects, whatever is being mentioned here in the initial part. Okay, so that's where I'm going to start up today. Okay, so block world problem, and help you to understand what is planning, how to what is planning sequence, what do you understand by planning sequence, and the plan execution using a specific planning representational language called strips. Okay, so that's what we are going to look into today. I hope all of you are listening, right? So I'm going to start with this. Okay, the block world problem. The block world problem. Do you remember discussing this problem anywhere? The block world problem. Okay, so I think in the first unit we had discussed about the block world problem in brief, and I also told you that time the block world algorithms are quite useful in the real world. Okay, so I mean, basically to teach the robots to stack and unstack the things to get a particular desired result. Okay, so if a robot is being asked to pick up a box which is lying somewhere in the room, maybe under some other box, or and then instructed to place it in some other place or on top of some other box. Okay, so in all those kind of situations, the block world algorithms are quite useful. Okay, so when it comes to a block world problem, there are two ways of doing a block world problem. Okay, so first is all about arranging the blocks using what is called the so-called robo arm, or stacking the blocks without the robo arm. Okay, so for I mean some, yeah, explanation is being given here. What is block world? Flat surface, a tabletop, identical blocks identified by letters. Blocks are stacked one on top of the other in the form of as a tower. Okay, so the robot can hold only one block at a time, and only one block can be removed at a time. Okay, so this is the point to be noted. Okay, so the robo arm or the robot is meant for holding a block at a particular point of time, uh, in the process of to help in the process of unstacking it and keeping it on the table, and only one block can be moved at a time. Okay, so when it comes to block world problem, okay, there is a specific representation which was used for explaining the block world problem, and that was called the strips representation. I don't know whether you remember it. We had discussed it in the first unit, STRIPS. Okay, so STRIPS stands for Stanford Research Institute Problem Solver. Okay, it's mentioned here. STRIPS, STRIPS, Stanford Research Institute Problem Solver. So this is basically a action-centric representation. Okay, so for each action, you specify the effect of each action. Okay, so that's what strips representation is all about. Okay, so this strips representation I'll explain with an example. So I'm just giving you the introduction. Okay, the strips representation will have three lists. You can say three lists. One is called a set of preconditions will be there. Then you will have what is called add list, and then the so-called delete list. Okay, so the preconditions will contain the predicates which will have to be true before the operation, the initial state and other things. Okay, and upon some action, certain operations where certain predicates will go to the add list, or new operations may get added to the add list, or certain operations might get deleted, which will go and become a part of what is called the delete list. Okay, then it becomes the post condition, and the post condition for one action will become the precondition for the next action. Okay, action operators, all these are synonymous. Okay, so precondition will contain, it might be slightly confusing, but then I'll explain it with a block world example, block world problem itself in Excel sheet. Okay, so preconditions will contain the predicates which have to be true before the operation, and add list will contain those predicates which will be true after the operation, and delete list will contain those predicates which are no longer true after the particular operation. Okay, so that's what the uh, uh, the set of rules regarding strips is all about. Okay, so why this block world problem is chosen for explaining the planning system is, it's something which is very simple. This particular problem is sufficiently simple, and it's very easy to understand this block world problem. And again, this problem basically provides a very good environment to study the concept of planning, and you can easily break down the problem into a number of sub problems. And we can also show how the partial solution can be combined to form a realistic complete solution. So that's the reason why we take block world problem as a standard environment for teaching and learning about planning. Okay, so so you can see here, so this is the initial state, what is given in the left hand side. Okay, so we need to move to the goal state, what is given here in the right hand side. Okay, so planning is all about moving from the initial state to the goal state. Okay, so the strips representation of the initial state is what is given here. You can see here on table of A, in terms of predicate, it's written on table of B. Okay, on table of A means A is on table of B, B is also on table. On D comma A, D is on top of A. On C comma D, C is on top of D. Clear C, clear C means there's nothing on top of C, so clear C. Same way, clear B, there's nothing on top of B, so clear B. And initially, the robo arm is empty, so hand empty. So this is a strips representation of the initial state. Okay, so we need to make use of some operations to move from the initial state to the final state. Okay, so for this we will make use of 4 actions. So these are the 4 operators given here. Okay, so these are the 4 actions. Okay, so the first one is unstack A comma B. Okay, so unstack A comma B means remove one block from another block. Okay, so yeah, A will be on the top of the stack, so that will be removed, and the robo arm will be holding A, and then at the next step it can be put down. Okay, so that's unstack A comma B, remove one block from another block. Then stack A comma B. Stack means place one block on top of another one. Okay, so that is place block A using the robo arm on top of B. So initially it was a clear block B above which nothing was there. So I place A on top of B. Okay, then pick up A. So pick up, when I say, it can either be from the table. I can pick it up from the table from here, or it can be from the top of another block. Okay, so then these are the 5 predicates. Okay, so predicates means, what are predicates? You can say functions. Okay, so these predicates will model the basic relationships of the world, whatever we are under consideration. Okay, so you can see here, these are the 5 predicates. Okay, so predicates, you can say the functions, strips representation that we use to represent a particular state. Okay, so that's what predicate is all about. Okay, so these are the 4 functions, and these are the 5 predicates which we will be using on A comma B. A is block A is on top of B. On table A, block A is on table. Clear A, there's nothing on top of A. So holding A, that is robo arm is holding block A, and arm is hand empty. Robo arm is not holding anything. Okay, so that's what the block world problem is about. Okay, so now coming to the strips representation. So I said strips is nothing but a action centric representation, and strips will have certain things. Okay, so the operators or the actions will have some names. Okay, so out here, what were the actions or operators? Actions, we had 4 actions: stack, unstack, pick up, put down. So these are all the operators. Operators or actions. Then it will also have, I had mentioned, it will have a precondition and a post condition. Okay, precondition, the initial conditions, post conditions. Okay, so the post conditions can also be represented as add list or delete list. Okay, so after an action is performed, you will be deleting certain action and you will be adding certain action. Okay, so what gets deleted goes to the delete list, and what gets added goes to the add list. Okay, so this is what strips is all about. Okay, so now let's try to understand this with an example. Okay, so let's take the same thing, your block world problem. I have put this in the Excel sheet out here. Okay, so this is the block world problem. So you can see here the predicates are written here, the initial conditions on table A, on table B. Okay, so all these. Okay, so the initial state, and this is the goal state. This is the goal state which is being given to us. Okay, so you have this set of preconditions. How many are there? Seven preconditions are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 preconditions on table A, on table B, on D comma B, D comma A, on C comma D, clear C, clear B, and hand empty. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a sample action. I'll just show you one sample action. Okay, so let's say I'm going to perform the action of, I want to put C onto the table because I need to move from this state to this particular state. Okay, so now C is on top of the block. So the action what you're going to perform is put C on table. So when I say put C on table, what is the operation or what is the action? That is nothing but unstacking. Okay, the operation will be unstacking, unstack operation. Okay, when I say put C on table, I'm just giving you a sample action. Okay, so the operation is unstack. Are you all listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. The operation is unstack. Okay, so when this particular operation is being performed, okay, so now let's see what happens to the various preconditions. So these are my preconditions as of now. These are my preconditions, the initial state. Okay, so when I do this unstacking operation, okay, now I want to put C onto the table, unstack operation. So let's see how many of these preconditions still hold good. Okay, so when I put C on the table, what will be the situation right now? What will be the situation? This will be A here and B here, then B will still be there. Okay, so B will still be there. Then unstack operation. Unstack operation means unstack C comma D. As a result of which my robo arm will be holding C. Okay, and the next action can be put down C on the table. So this will be the situation right now. You can see here. Okay, so that is I'm performing what is called unstack. Okay, I'll put it here itself. Okay, so unstack C comma D or put C on table, unstack C comma D, as a result of which I have A, D, B, and my robo arm would be holding C. Okay, so now let's see whether the current preconditions hold good as a part of this unstack operation. What about on table A? It's still A is on table. Okay, so that holds good. Okay, so that predicate holds good. What about on table B? On table B also holds good. Okay, what about on D comma A? On D comma A also holds good. Okay, what about clear C? What about clear C? What about clear C? Now this has to be deleted, right? This is not holding good now. Clear C. Because where is C now? C is being held by the robo arm. So this will become a part of what is called my delete list. The delete list will have now clear C. And then what about clear B? Clear B is still there because B is on the table. There's nothing on top of B. So clear B will still be there. Okay. So then what about hand empty? Is robo arm empty now? Robo arm is not empty. It's holding C. Okay. So that needs to be deleted and it becomes a part of what is called your delete list. Okay. So you can see here. So as a part of as a part of performing this operation, unstack operation, what happened is all these preconditions, out of these 7 preconditions, only 4 holds good right now. Okay, and then uh, again, these two became a part of my delete list. Okay, these two become a part of my delete list. Okay, so that's how it goes. Okay, that's how for each action sequence, how we proceed from one state to the next state. Okay, so for a particular operation or an action, you will be having a set of preconditions, and based on the action, we will be having the add list and the delete list. Okay, so now this is a small, a small example which is being given in the slide, and I've just explained with one action. Okay, so now let's work out a problem itself, a big problem, a small problem in block world, and I'll show you the entire sequence, the entire sequence. Okay, so this, let it be there. Okay, so that's what is shown here. You can see here the precondition, the delete list, the add list for the various operations as per this particular diagram. Okay, so now I'll work out another problem. So, and work out the entire planning sequence, how the entire planning sequence goes. Okay, so let's take this problem. So let's take this. So let's say my initial state, this is my initial state. So preferably I want all of you to work out. For exam, you will be asked, illustrate the plan execution using strips representation. You will be given a block world problem. Okay. So with certain number of blocks, okay, with different configurations, and you will be asked to work out the entire plan execution or the entire planning sequence using the strips representation. So strips representation means an action-centric representation which will be having preconditions, and along with your, for each action you will be having what is called your add list and delete list. So how it can be done is what I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so let this be my initial state. Okay, so this is my initial state. Okay, so this is my initial state, and let this be my goal state. I want to put it as A, B, and C. Okay, so for this, now I'm going to work out the entire planning sequence using strips representation. Okay, right. So let me start. So now what are the predicates for this? The preconditions for this? Can you start writing it down? What will be the first one? On table of A. This is the first one. On table of A. Okay, on table of A. Then on C is on top of A. So on C comma A. And then on B comma C. B is on top of C. Then there's nothing on top of B. So let me write it as clear B. And then initially my robo arm is empty, hand empty. Okay, so this is what is my initial predicates for initial state. Okay, so these 4, these 5. Okay, so now let us do the first operation. So my first operation, what I'm going to do is, let me say unstack. unstack B comma C. I'm going to do unstack B comma C. Okay, so now when I do unstack B comma C, how will my stack look like? How will my blocks look like? A, C, yeah, that's it. What happened to B now? What happened to B now? Okay, so B is being held by the robo arm. So this is my first operation, unstack B comma C. Okay, so when I do this, let's see what are the predicates that hold good for this particular action. That is unstack of B comma C. What about on table A? On table A still holds good. Okay, on table A still holds good. Okay, then what about on C comma A? It still holds good on C comma A. Then what about on B comma C? On B comma C. What about this? Can someone respond, please? What about on B comma C? Will this still hold good? Is B on top of C? No, right? So this goes to the delete list. Okay, so let me have another list called delete list, and this goes to delete list. That is on B comma C. I put this in red color. Okay, what goes to the delete list, I've put it in red color. Okay, then what about clear B? What about clear B? Clear B also has to be removed. So this also goes to the delete list. Okay, for unstack B comma C, I cannot have clear B here. Okay, so these two goes to the delete list. Okay, then what about hand empty? What about hand empty? Can somebody respond, please? Will hand empty become a part of the preconditions out here? No, right? So as a part of unstack B comma C, when I'm telling unstack B comma C, robo arm is now holding B to be kept on the table in the next step. Okay, so now no more the robo arm is empty. So hand empty will also go to the delete list. Okay, so now my delete list is having these three. Okay, on B comma C, clear B, and hand empty. Okay, so now my operation is unstack B comma C. Okay, so when I say unstack B comma C, there are some predicates which needs to be added also. Okay, so I have on table A, on table C comma A. Can I write clear C? I can write clear C. Then along with that, my robo arm is holding something. Hold. So let's see what is the predicate. It's being mentioned here. Yeah, holds of X. Okay, so I will write here hold. Robo arm is holding B. Okay, right. So these are the preconditions or the post conditions for the previous stage. Okay, are you all following? Okay, so this is my delete list. Okay, so now what are the things which got added here? So that will become a part of what is called my add list. Add list. What got added here? What are the two things which I added? What are the two things which I got which got added here? These two, right? Your clear C and hold B. Clear C and hold B got added here. Okay, so that's what. So this is as a result of which I did. Okay, so as a result of this, right now I'm having this. These are the preconditions on table A. on C comma A, clear C and hold B, and these became a part of the delete list. It no longer holds good. And these are the two predicates which I added as a part of this particular operation. Okay, so now what is my situation? My robo arm is holding B. Okay, so now what is the next operation now? My next operation is put down B. I cannot make the robot hold it forever. So I should put down B. So that is my next step. Put down B. So when I do this, what will be my configuration? Okay, so right. Then put down B means now B is on table. So you can see here. So now as a result of this operation, now it is this. Okay, so now let's see what are the things that hold good here. What about on table A? I'm looking into this. Okay, on table A. Okay, on table A still holds good. Okay, A is on table. Okay, then what about on C comma A? On C comma A is also true. C is on top of A. Okay, then what about clear C? What about clear C? There is nothing on top of C. So clear C is also true. Okay, then what else is there? What should be clear C? Then hold B. What about hold B? Now what will happen to hold B? What will happen to hold B? All of you are sleeping? Nobody awake in the class? What happens to hold B? Is the robo arm holding B right now? No, right? It has put it on the table. So let me add it to my delete list. Okay, let me add it to my delete list. So that's what I've done. Okay, so now, okay, so now with this particular action, that is put down B, are these the only predicates which is the precondition? No. I can, what else can I write it here? On table A is there, then on C comma A is there, then clear C is there. Can I write on table B? On table B. Okay, then what else can I write? Can I write clear B? There's nothing on top of B, so I will write clear B. Okay, then what about my robo arm? It has put the B onto the table, so now the robo arm is empty. Okay, so these three things I have added. Okay, so that will become a part of my add list. Add list. Okay, add list. Right? Fine. Are you all following? Ankit? Ankit is listening. Can somebody respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so please work it out along with me. Okay, so this is my second operation. So I hope you have understood what the preconditions are. What are the preconditions which holds good in a particular operation? What becomes a part of what is called the delete list? When you say strips representation, it will have a add list, a delete list, and what forms a part of add list and what forms a part of delete list. Okay, so these are the things in our add list. Okay, and these are the things in our delete list. Okay, now next operation. What is my next operation? Now B is on the table. I want this configuration. This is my final objective. My final objective is to have this. Okay, so that is A, B and C in this manner. Okay, so next what shall I do? I have put down B. So shall I go for unstacking C and A? Shall I perform this operation? Unstack A comma C or C comma A. Unstack C comma A. So when I do this, what will happen? Okay, so I will have A and I will have B. Okay, so now it will be this. Okay, so when I do unstack C comma A, okay, so A and B will be on table. What happened to C now? What happened to C now? What happened to C, Atul? Hmm? Where is C now? Can someone respond, please? Those who are listening, at least. C is being held by the robo arm. Okay, unstacking C comma A means my robo arm hold B. See, you can see here unstack B comma C means robo arm is holding B. Same way unstack C comma A means robo arm is holding C. Okay, so now what are the conditions that hold good? Let's see. What about on table A? On table A holds good here. Okay, then what about on table B? On table B, this also holds good. On table A, on table B holds good here. Okay, then what are the other things? What about on C comma A? On C comma A, what will happen to it? It will become a part of your delete list. What about clear C? So these two, on C comma A, clear C, all these will become a part of your delete list. What about on table B? Okay, on table B will hold good. Then clear B. Clear B holds good here. Okay, so clear B is there here. Okay, there's nothing on top of B, so clear B. Okay, then I can add something clear A. There's nothing on top of A, so I can add right clear A. Then what else can I add? I can say hold C because robo arm is holding C. Okay, so these are my preconditions. So appropriately you can write your delete list and the add list. What got deleted is we deleted on C comma A, clear C, all these got deleted and these got added. Okay, so that can be my next step. Okay, so unstack C comma A. Then after unstacking, what will be the next step? It will always be put down because robo arm is holding C, so I need to put down C. Okay, add and delete list, you write it. I have already written for 2 action. So put down C. Okay, so when I put down C, what will be my configuration now? So it will be A, B and C. Okay, A, B and we can say C. Yes, so this is how it will be right now. Okay, so now what holds good here? I can write on table A, on table B, then on table C also, on table C, then clear A, clear B, there's nothing on top of B, then clear C, then what about my robo arm? I've put down C on the table, so it is hand empty. Okay, so this is the thing right now. Okay, right. Fine. So put down C. Then now all the 3 are on table. So now I should start stacking back. What should be my next operation? Can I write stack B comma A? Let me put B on top of A and I'm moving towards my goal. Okay, I'm moving towards my goal. So because B has to be on top of A. So now when I do this, it will be A, then B and C. Okay, right. Okay, I'm giving it a different color to avoid any confusion. Okay, this. Okay, so stack B comma A. So when I say stack B comma A, what are the preconditions for this? On B comma A, then clear B, then clear C, then on table A, then on table C, right? Okay. Accordingly, write your add and delete list. Okay. So then what should be my next operation? My next operation will be stack C comma B. Stack C comma B. So now it will be, my stack configuration will be tower conf. Okay. A, B and C. Right? You can see here. Okay, so now stack C comma B. So what will be my, this is in fact my, I can call, this is my goal state. Goal state. So what are the strips predicates for it? Strips predicates are on C comma B. C is on top of B. Then, okay, then on B comma A. Then on table of A, on table of A, then clear of C, right? C. These are the 4 things, right? So, yeah. So you can see here. So now from the initial state, I have reached the goal state. Okay, so for each operation, what are the sequence of operations which I performed or actions which I performed? Unstacking B comma C, then put down B, unstack C comma A, put down C, stack B comma A, then stack C comma B. Okay, so with these many operations, I have reached my goal state. So this is my initial state and this is my goal state. Okay, so for each action, I have represented using strips, the action-centric representation called strips, which has the set of preconditions for the particular action, and then it will also have a to list, a delete list and an add list. Okay, so the condition which doesn't hold good for that particular action goes inside the delete list, and the actions which are getting newly, the predicates which are getting added newly in order to affect that particular action, that goes to the add list. Okay, so the precondition of one action becomes the post condition for the, the post condition for one action becomes the precondition for the next action. Okay, so this is the entire, so this way a problem will be given to you and you will be asked to illustrate the plan execution or planning sequence. This is also called planning sequence using strips representation. Right? Strips representation. Okay, so this is actually the complete planning sequence. Whatever I have shown you this. This is actually the complete planning sequence for a simple block world problem. Are you all listening? At least one yes or a no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, so for this, okay, you have some languages which helps you in all these things to represent the planning problem. We in artificial intelligence, we use AI planning languages that describes environments conditions which then lead to the desired goals by generating a chain of actions based on these conditions. Okay, so the language, whatever we use, it should be it strips or ADL or PDDL, it should be expressive. Okay, so every planning language makes use of the representation schema so that the algorithms can be operated on it. Okay, so the one which we just saw was strips. Okay, what I just illustrated using the block world problem was strips. Okay, so this strips basically makes use of your first order predicates. Okay, so that's what we saw on table, or hold. All those first order predicates are being used for it. Okay, so I mean, for example, if I say I want coffee. Okay, so it'll have the strips will have some precondition. What is the precondition? If I say I want coffee, what is the precondition? The precondition is I am hungry, so I want coffee. Okay, so if the preconditions are satisfied, what would be the action now? What will be the action? Action will be serve coffee. Okay, so once serve coffee is executed, then it's the post condition. The goal is satisfied. Okay, so the goal is I'm not hungry or I had coffee. Okay, so the same way, that's what we had, the precondition and the post conditions. Okay, then another representation language is what is called your ADL, action description language. Okay, actually in situational calculus we make use of what is called your ADL. So here we'll be having quantifiers, connectives, and all those things. You can see here the existential quantifier, the logical connectives, all these things. So right now we are not looking into this. We are concentrating as per your syllabus on strips. Okay, then we also have something called PDDL, planning domain specific definition language. It's an attempt to standardize the planning language. Okay, I mean, strips ADL are much more other representation languages. Okay, anyway, we're not taking this up. Okay, these two are the important ones among which we looked into the strips. Okay, so now coming to the theoretical aspect, I straight away jumped to a problem. Okay, so the sole objective was to tell you what planning is all about. Okay, so planning, as you have now understood, it's something which is required to convert your objectives into action. Okay, so to perform any activity effectively, you need to plan. Okay, for example, every day morning you get up, you decide on some agenda and you plan for that particular day. Okay, for example, if it's a mother, a mother will be having her own sets of do's, and for that she plans according to the timings, how when her children will be going to school, coming from school. So based on the different constraints related to the timings of other family members, she will be planning all her household activities, including the shopping, the laundry visit, everything. As far as you people are concerned, the students are concerned. Okay, so they plan their study based on the exams, let's say the exam schedule. But actually that doesn't happen, right? Only at the previous day you study. Okay, I'm just telling a normal regular pattern. Okay, so the students study based on the exam timetable or other constraints, that is time available in hand. Okay, or the subject he or she is good at. Okay, they schedule the subjects in such a way that a particular subject is studied in a specified time. Okay, so planning of studies deal with scheduling and even the ordering of studies. Okay, and there could be dependencies also. For example, subject A is mandatory to understand subject B. Okay, so A is the prerequisite of B. Okay, or A should be studied first. For example, data structures should be studied before design and analysis of algorithm. Okay, both these should be studied before you learn your AI. Okay, so there are constraints too while planning, as far as studies are concerned. Maybe the number of days left for the exam, the subject category, whether it is simple or hard, the number of chapters you need to study, the notes availability, and so on. Okay, so you need to plan to achieve your goal. Okay, so what could be your goal? The goal could be to get a distinction or a good CGPA, or just to clear the subject, depending upon it. Okay, so planning involves steps that needs to be taken in order to reach your goal optimally. Okay, so planning will tell you how and when to do the necessary steps given your goal. Okay, so as far as its real world is concerned, without prior knowledge, okay, if you start doing, you will end up in searching exhaustively for the goal state. Okay, so planning, scheduling, ordering, dependencies, constraining, finally you reach the goal. Okay, for all these you need to have prior knowledge. Okay, so now you might ask a question, what's the role of planning in the case of AI? Since I've already given you the block world problem example, you would have understood that. But then the fact is, intelligent systems need to be aware of what has to be done and how it can be done. Okay, so planning is something which will allow us to explore different possibilities. Okay, and that's something which makes intelligent systems more flexible, increase their decision making capabilities. Okay, so and planning is something which plays I mean major role in various practical applications like your robotics. I just mentioned your block world problem, or some military task, or your spacecraft mission. And when you say planning, reasoning and all the techniques whatever we have learned in the third unit comes as a chain or as a part of it. Okay, so planning sequence of actions, you have a set of operators. Operator is nothing but your action, action descriptions. Then initial state, you have a goal state or a predicate. Then compute a plan, which is nothing but a sequence of operator instances, such that executing them in the initial state will change the world to a state satisfying the goal state description. Okay, that's what we did here. Okay, so from one state to another state, each action took us from one state to another state. Okay, so goals are usually specified as a conjunction of sub goals to be achieved. Okay, then planning versus problem solving, you can just read through it. Okay, yeah, a planning problem, get tea, biscuits and book. Okay, so the initial state is the agent is at home without tea, biscuits or book. The goal state is the agent is at home with tea, biscuits, book. That's what I just told, preconditions and post conditions. Okay, so then what are the actions? You can see here the strips representation: go, buy, steal. Okay, so states can be represented by predicate states, represented by predicates. Yeah, these are the actions or the operators. Okay, so that's regarding an introduction to your planning, right? I hope you are listening, at least, or at least in the class. Yes, 51 are there. That's because attendance is not taken, right? Okay, so with this